What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? How you living? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard, aka your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of my podcast, The Debate Table. Now, for those that are new to this is a podcast that I put together that showcases all different types of fun, eclectic topics that gives you guys the opportunity to not only tune in, but make your voice be heard through any of this stuff that we're talking about. Gives you the opportunity to give your opinion and your take on whatever the topic is and have a fun, friendly debate. Gets everybody involved. We get to rock out, we get to have some fun. So I want to welcome you guys into this next episode. This is episode 29. I got one more episode to go before we kick things off with the Battle of the Beats Tag Team Tournament, which will be coming on later this year. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So definitely can't wait for that. I know you guys can't, but be patient. It's definitely on the way. So stay tuned. But one more episode, and then we're going to make our way over to that. But yeah, I want to get into tonight's episode, which is going to be a really fun one. This is actually one I've wanted to talk about for quite some time now. So we definitely want to have some fun with it. So let's get into it. So as you guys know, and some who don't know, I'm a huge fan of rap, hip hop music. Been a fan since I was a kid, ever since my parents introduced me to it, ever since my uncle also, who introduced me to it as well, just been an absolute fan from, all the different artists, the different sounds, various music that they brought to the table, from all of the dope classic albums over the course of history, mixtapes, EPs, even some of the battles, some of the beefs that have started and circulated, and how a lot of these artists were able to keep it on wax, do their thing, and make it even more enjoyable entertainment for people like myself and others. But the one thing that I probably say I truly, absolutely love the most just about rap and hip hop music are when I see some of my favorite artists and even other artists come together and collaborate. To me, that I think is the dopest thing because, even though rap and hip hop music has always been a competitive sport, it's competitive genre, to see people come together, unify, put their creative elements to the table and give us some dope music outside of, just doing stuff solo and individually. It don't get no better than that. So for tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about dynamic duos of rap and hip hop. So I see everybody making their way in. What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all coming through. Now, before we get started, if any of you guys want to join the panel, all you have to do is click that link that's pinned at the top of the chat, and you can come on in. I can only have up to 5 people at a time. So, if you guys want to kind of jump in and out, give your take, join in with the debate, you can definitely do so. If you don't want to be up on the panel, perfectly fine. No pressure whatsoever. You can stay within the live chat and do your thing. But if you do want to come up, again, just make sure a couple things. Make sure that you don't have any like noise or background music or anything like that going on that can kind of like disrupt things or create any type of like echoes or things like that. No noise disruption. Make sure you're in a quiet place when doing so. And again, you have the choice to be on camera or not. If you choose not to be, again, perfectly fine. No pressure. If you want to be, great. We love to see your faces. But again, your choice, your decision. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. Got a couple questions that I'm going to ask everybody as they're making their way in. So let's kick things off with this first question. Now, question 1. What are your thoughts on some of the current rap and hip hop duos that have formed in today's generation of music? So as you guys are thinking about that, let me read some of these comments. I see everybody saying what's up, what's going on, welcome in. Let's see what you guys are saying. All right. Jared said he loves the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I would have to say my favorite probably is the 90s, just because I grew up in that era. I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, but definitely a big fan of that era right there, especially a lot of the duos in that era. That's probably my favorite, without a doubt. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. So, for me, my thoughts on all of the duos. There are a few that I do like, selective few. It's not a big handful because I miss more so of the duos that came up, back when I was growing up. As far as like now, there are a few that are showing some signs of life and, keeping the music relevant and entertaining. But then there's a lot of them that I'll be honest, I'm just not a fan of. I feel like, they're just kind of doing it for attention, clout, just more so just trying to go viral and make a name for themselves. Like, I don't feel that authenticity. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Megan Thee Stallion and I think, what's her name? Glorilla. I can't think of it. I know they've been talking about doing like a collaborative album, and I think they're in the process of getting it done. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to that. And it has nothing to do with females because, I love female rap, but I more so like when they're really focusing on the lyricism and they're not just following the blueprint of what everyone else has done before them. So for me, that's not really a duo or collaboration that I'm looking forward to hearing or even seeing, let alone as far as listening to a full length album. I believe Megan Thee Stallion also did a collaboration with what's her name, Cardi B. I did hear, that there were possibility talks of like an album. Nah, I'm not really looking forward to that or have any interest in that either. But some of these duos, I feel like I said, they're just really not talking about anything. I just feel like they're just kind of more so following instead of leading. So, to me, that's the last type of duo I'm looking forward to hearing. Like, I want to hear creativity. I want to hear originality. I want to hear something that's going to make me want to rewind it back. Like, oh, hold up. Did you hear what they said? Or did you hear what they did? Or, that type of thing. A lot of these newfound duos right now, they're just not cutting it. I know, they're trying to push the culture and keep it going, but it's just not doing it. Even now, I will say this, there are, even like with some of the rapper and producer duos, um, there are groups that I like the producer, but I'm not crazy about the rapper. Like, for example, I think, is it Future and Metro Boomin? I believe they got something coming up in the works, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not looking forward to that. Metro Boomin is a good producer, though. I will definitely give him his credit because he has a lot of stuff that I really like. I'm just not a fan of Future. So for me, those type of duos, I'm not necessarily crazy about. Now, again, there are some that I do like. For example, Common, he just recently came out with an album, a collaborative project with Pete Rock. Absolutely love it. I just recently listened to it, as I was doing my research, getting everything ready for this episode. Absolutely dope album from start to finish, clear cut classic. That's the type of music I want. I want that real essence of, you know, true hip hop as finest, at its best. And to me, I didn't even think they were going to collaborate, but great duo right there. They definitely did their thing. Yeah. They have a collaborative album. It's called The Auditorium. It's actually volume 1. I think they're going to turn it into a full out series. So it's very, very dope. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, definitely go ahead and do so. But very dope. That's just like a perfect example of, the type of groups and duos that I want to see more of. You know, I don't want to see like a lot of the veterans. I feel like they're starting to do that too now. I feel like a lot of like the veterans, the favorites that we came up enjoying and listening to, I feel like now, they're trying to kind of accept today's culture and do these collaborations and form like duos and groups, even if they're just collaborating on certain songs and stuff. I'm not crazy about it. I'll give you a perfect example. Busta Rhymes did a song off of his most recent album, Blockbuster. It was with Coi Leray. I'm not a big fan of Coi Leray. And the song itself was just absolutely terrible. They basically just ripped the old Jay-Z and Foxy Brown song from way back off of Jay-Z's album. Was it Reasonable Doubt? No. I think it was In My Lifetime. It was one of those. But the song with Foxy, the Ain't No Like the One I Got, they basically ripped the beat and they did their own version of that particular song. And it sounded terrible. I was not feeling it. So yeah, I don't want to start seeing that. If the veterans are going to continue to keep doing their thing and stay relevant, I want to see them come together and form duos or collaborations with other veterans who they probably never got the opportunity to do so. That I would much rather see. I don't want to see my generation try to come together with today's generation because they're not serious about the music. They're not representing it in the way that I enjoyed it and liked it. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's just my take on it. So chat's starting to fly. Let me see what you guys are saying about that. Let me see. All right, so where we at? Appreciate everybody coming through. Welcome in. That's the first question right there. What are your thoughts on some of the current hip hop and rap duos that have formed in today's generation of music? So let me see. Where are we? So Warrior said, duos now I can't get into nowadays. I'm the old head still listening to the 90s. You and me both, man. You and me both. I'm definitely with you on that one. All right. Let me see. What else? Sirius said, I don't really listen to rap music. It's too much sexual explicitity in the songs, too heavy on the B's and O's. Yeah, that too. And I feel like that's what's wrong with today's generation. Too much of that. We've always heard it throughout the course of time, but it seems like now we're hearing it even more than we heard it back then. Back then, artists, even a lot of the people that did collaborations, they always found a way to do it, creatively and kind of sneak it in there, to where you knew what they were talking about, but you were just so in tune with the song that it didn't even matter. Like now it's just like smack dab, like right in front of your face. And it's just like, all right, come on. Like, this is all y'all know. Come on, get back to the creative essence, get back to the authenticity, get back to the originality, like just creativity in general. Like, again, and we're going to really dive more into this, but it's just like, yeah, I can barely even stand to turn the radio on now. Even when I do hear collaborative songs from, different artists, it's too much of just the same thing. Like I just immediately turn it off. And sometimes I'll just enjoy a quiet ride in the car more than listening to today's music. So I'm definitely with you on that one. So, recent one, Alchemist Mos Def. Yeah, Bronze. Yeah. I haven't heard it yet, but I can only imagine when that gets ready to drop. I know that's going to be dope. Did it actually release yet? Because I know they made an announcement about it. But let me know if they came out with it or not, because I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I heard the recent announcement for that. I can't wait for that. The newest generation seems like they doing music just to do music. Exactly. All right. Angie Styles said, I'm old school rap all the way. I am too. I definitely am. And Bron said, yeah, today's music don't feel the same. It definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't. And then Together said, I'm from Georgia, that's why I stopped listening. Too much bedroom talk in these songs. Not even that. They just like getting straight to just, getting like vulgar and explicit. And I mean, yeah, it's bedroom talk, but it's not like the type of bedroom talk that, excite you. It's just like, well, damn, like really, like that's what we doing. It ain't that classic, R&B, old school hip hop type of bedroom talk. It's just like, it's just too graphic, too explicit. Like the first two lines are just like, oh, do this and this. Like, well damn, like, wow. Like, what happened to the stories and all of that type of stuff, and uh, the true lyricism. You don't hear that nowadays. All right, Jared said, if I hear a good beat for a current hip hop, I can rock with you. But if it's trash, can't do it. Got to hear the beat. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are like that. I look for underground artists. I do too. I feel like they're the only ones right now that are really keeping it relevant, versus these new school artists who are just doing whatever. And then, I guess they think because they collaborate with certain people that's supposed to give them a pass. Like, no, it's not. If you're not putting true creativity, true passion into it, I don't care who you collaborate with. I don't want to listen to it. Like I said, you got to really impress me from the gate. The beat could be amazing, and again, I'll always give credit where credit's due. If I do hear something from, a collaborative group or duo that I like, I'll rock to it. But, I'm not just going to keep entertaining it, just because everybody thinks that that's what's rocking right now. That's what it is. Like, no. Again, even with a lot of these female artists that are collaborating together, I think, who is it? Sexy Red. I think her and Glorilla just did a recent song or something like that. I couldn't even stand it. What's so crazy about it? I heard it because I do valet parking and stuff. So I get a chance to listen to a lot of music that all the people are playing as I'm parking their cars. I heard the song as I'm going to park the car. And honestly, I couldn't tell who was who. You know how back then when you had, your duos and your groups, you could tell who was who. You could tell, okay, this is this person. That's this person. I literally heard the song from start to finish, and I could not tell who was who. Like, I'm like, so they literally sounded the same. And it was just like, it made my head hurt. I ended up turning it off. Angie Style said, KRS-One, Public Enemy, lyrics that meant something and caused change in the world. Exactly. I don't feel like we'll ever get back to that. It's crazy. Wait, what? What's that? Whittles, get a wit, skirt. Oh, you mimicking how everybody sounds. Bang, bang. See, I just made one hit record right now. That's funny. That's funny. It's sad, but it's so damn true because that is literally those are the lyrics right there. Wuzzle, fuzzle, and skirt, and bang, bang, and skeet, and honestly, can I be honest with y'all? Nothing's worse than mumble rap. You know what mumble rap sounds like? Y'all ever like try to have a conversation underwater? That's what mumble rap is. First off, I can't hear what you're saying. I can't even make out what you're saying. So why are you trying to converse with me under the water and stuff? That's how these rappers sound when they get in the booth and they start doing that mumble stuff and try to make it sound like it makes sense. It literally just sounds like they are submerged underwater. What? No, go up to the surface and then we can talk. We can converse then. But no, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, it's coming out this Friday. Oh, nice. I'm definitely gonna look forward to that. Nate Degree said, "Cop that new Nate Degree mixtape AI guy." Hey, look, Nate, don't play with us. If you're serious about it, I definitely get it. No freestyle anymore. That too. Because even when you see like a lot of the duos go up on the radio stations and whatnot, they're not like freestyling right off the top of the head. A lot of it is like written. You could tell just by the way they just jump right into the beat. You can kind of tell a freestyle from when somebody actually is just reciting something that they wrote down. So definitely said together said just nasty. I hear you. Need to get said free lunch entertainment association with lunchroom records. Together said eat this, lick that, suck this, suck that, pop, pop, pop. Yep, yeah. That's it. That's it. That's today's music. All right. Word said, yeah, the creativity is going. I remember deciphering the double and triple entendres. Now they just be like bend over and bust. Y'all not lying. Y'all breaking it down. Word said, walked in the club with my in my hand, hit a with a frying pan, dropped another bag. Oh man, we're gonna have some fun tonight. All right. Bron said, well, I figured they go to TikTok for promos, the new radio station. Basically, yeah, these new streaming apps and stuff are basically just the new radio. Again, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. The topic of conversation is dynamic duos of rap and hip hop. That's the first question right there. I'm actually getting ready to pull the next question up. So just let me know if you guys need me to, for those coming in, if you need me to double back to the previous question, I'll do so. Dope duo of the 90s, Nas and AZ. I'm actually glad you said that, Bron, because we actually about to get into it. That's the next question. Busted Open Records, we taking over the globe, said Nate. And that's the thing, too. Like, even some of these record companies, like some of their names and stuff, I would not be surprised if I start seeing more names similar to that. BIO Records. What's BIO? Busted Open. Like, and you see these artists. Where do I sign? Bron said these new artists are all about the gimmicks. Yeah, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm just trying to scroll through. Just keeping up with everybody's comments and stuff. I don't want to get too far behind. Bron said I tune out. I feel you, man. I feel you. Jared said nothing but trash talk. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. Angie Styles said real lyricists stand up. Exactly. Exactly. That needs to be a public service announcement. Real lyricists stand up. You coming out retirement, Nate? Hey, man, I didn't know you rapped. If you do, I would love to hear it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Together said they're not poorly rapping. They're just about getting naked. Yeah. What's the saying? Sex sells? It does, but it ain't selling too much now, as you can see. Tired of mumble rap. You and me both, Bronze. You and me both. All right. Let me hold on. I'm almost at the bottom, just trying to keep up. Favorite duos, Blaze said, Nice and Smooth, Redman and Method Man, Andre and Big Boy, Outkast, EPMD, Dre and Snoop, and of course Run DMC, just to name a few. Very nice lineup right there. Very nice. So again, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Jared said, nobody do beats no more. You know what? They do, but it's not like how it was back then. Now it's kind of like where they'll have these diss songs and they get so wrapped in their feelings. Now it's like, oh, you know, let me sue this person for this or for that. It's just like, look, you know, if you guys are going to battle, whether you're in person or, you know, if you're doing it on wax, I mean, like, get back to the days of, you know, you diss me, I diss you, you know, we keep going until, you know, someone announces a winner and then, you know, hey, you know, meet up, make peace, do some collabs and, you know, keep it moving. But not today now. Everything's just too sensitive and timid and personal. Same thing with these collaborators. You see a lot of them that come together and do great songs, but then it's like, oh, one person is jealous of the other, or, you know, now it's envy for whatever little silly thing, or now they feel like, oh, this person is sneak dissing. And so now it's like, oh, I don't want to collaborate with them anymore. So now I'm just going to diss them just for whatever reason. It's just like, come on, man. Like, you know, get back to the creativity. That's all I'm saying. You know, guaranteed hip hop would be so much better if people got back to the way it used to be versus what they feel is just trending right now or what's just hot for the moment, because it's really not. Bron said, I saw 70-year-olds from the UK who could rap their asses off. Yeah, yeah. People overseas, they know how to do it right. Creativity, They're not letting their ego or jealousy get in the way of it. They're coming together, collaborating, making really dope music. And that's what it needs to be about. People over here need to start taking notes, so for real. They said I rap and sing and just haven't done it in a while. Really? I didn't know that. See, look, we're learning something new every day. Together said Hood Rat Records, new artist Lil Bustin' Open. It's funny, y'all, but it's so true, though. It is so true. War says still working on Gotta Believe records. Oh, yeah, definitely. We gotta believe. We got to, man. Seriously. All right, so let me bring up the next question because a lot of the comments are kind of leading into this next question. So here we go. Are there any rap and hip hop duos that you would have loved to see collaborate on an album together? Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I want to see what some of you guys got to say. Those old British rappers, Pete and Bass, are pretty impressive. Amazing flow, says Bleaks. Yeah, I heard about them and I was watching some of their stuff. They are dope. That's what I'm talking about right there. Creativity, originality. I love how they do the whole back and forth thing too. Like that's dope. And the fact that they're like senior citizens doing that, that's dope. That's what I'm talking about. Like we got little like rays of light with it. Little sparks here and there, but it's just not enough sunshine. Like it's little gaps here and there. It's still just too dark. Like gotta like shine light over it entirely. So I'm glad we got people like that are definitely doing their best to keep it going, but it's still just not enough. We need more. We need more. All right, so I actually made a list of collaborators that I would have loved to have seen, still around, deceased, all of that. So I'm gonna just run down my list real quick, and then I'll read off the list that you guys have, some of the people that you're mentioning. So for me, Biggie and Pac, Nas and Jay-Z, Nas and AZ, Nas and Rakim, Jadakiss and Styles P, Dragon and DMX, Busta Rhymes and Missy Elliott, Cameron and Mace, Cameron and Joel Santana, Joel Santana and Lil Wayne in his prime, not now, Ludacris and T.I., Black Rob and G-Dep, Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, Busta Rhymes and Rod Digger, Memphis Bleak and Beanie Siegel, Drake and Lil Wayne in their prime, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and Raekwon and Ghostface Killer. Those were just some that were popping in my head as I was putting this episode together. So let me know what y'all think about some of those. Let me see what you guys are saying. The Locks and G Unit. Oh, I get what you're saying. Kind of like a like two dual groups coming together for an album. I don't know, because I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest G-Unit fan. Banks and Game were the only ones that I liked. Of course, Mobb Deep and MOP when they came in later on, but they didn't stay very long. But I mean, as far as like just the original members, those were the only two I really liked. So, I mean, collectively they did their thing. So I don't know. I mean, that could be an interesting one. Maybe like mixtape. I don't know if I'd want to hear a full album from them. But I mean, hey, to each his own. Though it would be interesting though, because I don't know. I feel like G Unit is like they're more kind of on the border of like underground and commercial, whereas the Locks have just always kind of been just like pure underground. I mean, they've had mainstream moments, but not like real big moments. They've always still kind of stayed to their core and what they're best known for. Whereas G Unit, they were a little different. So, but I mean, it could be interesting though. Outkast with Nas and AZ. That's an interesting one. Um, Hmm. Nas maybe. AZ, I don't know. Only because I know Nas can kind of step out his realm a little bit. You know, like him and Andre 3000, I could see them like kind of doing something together. Outkast as a whole, though, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all got some interesting ones though. Let me see what else. Together says Salt and Pepper MC. Like, ooh, okay, okay. I see where y'all going with it. That would be an interesting one. That would be. Let me see. Ron said Noriega and his boy with the locks. Oh, you mean Capone? You said his boy. Capone and Noriega and the locks. Oh, I can see that. I can see that. I'm not the biggest Noriega fan. I love Capone though. He was a lot better when he was with Capone by himself. He had a couple songs here and there, but yeah. Uh, if they're together, I could see that because they kind of same thing. CNN always kind of stayed in that underground realm, never really dabbled like too much into mainstream and stuff. What Nori did, you know, when he went solo. They say UGK and 3-6 Mafia. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest UGK fan. They got a couple songs that I like. I love Get Throwed. Of course, I love the International Players Anthem. That was fire. I don't know. I've just never been a big UGK fan, but I give credit where credit's due. They got songs that I like, but I've just never been a big fan. But yeah, I could see them coming together with 3-6 Mafia. You know, let me see. If 50 and Ja were squash their long decade beef, I'd love to see them together. Would I want to see 50 and Ja? You know what? I do and I don't. Just because I don't know. Okay, like for me, Jared, Ja is more of a lyricist. I know a lot of people, you know, say, oh, you know, he's pop and this and that, but you got to remember he came from, you know, the underground, you know, the gutters of, you know, being a lyricist. 50 was never a lyricist. You know, he's just like the Dr. Seuss type of rapper. Like Ja, I don't consider him that. More people try to say he is because of like, you know, his mainstream singles. But you got to go back and listen to Ja when he first came out, you know, Cash Money Click. You know, even when he was supposed to form that group with Jay-Z and DMX, the original Murder Inc. You know, those days, that's where Ja was like, you know, at his best right there. But I don't know. I don't know how that would work out because plus Ja's got the raspy voice. 50 don't really got that type of voice. I don't know how that would sound, but I mean, you know, it could be a possibility. Braun said with that one song from '98. Which song? What song? Remind me again. Jared also said No Limit Cash Money. Oh, No Limit in Cash Money. Ooh, I could see that. I could see that like mystical with like little Wayne and them. You know, back when it was the Hot Boys and all of that, or like Juvenile. Oh, that would be kind of dope. That would be dope. I wish Biggie and Pac didn't have beef. Their album collab would have broke the internet. I think so too. I think it would still be one of those talked about ones. Blaze said, I miss what I called fun rap, like Beasties, Nice and Smooth, Fushnikins, Beat Nuts, and such. Yeah, a lot of those duos. It's like, what happened to them? They were dope. And you know, yeah, they might have had their silliness and their gimmicks, but they could still rap at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people forget about that. You know, we've hip hop's always had gimmicks, but you've had your people that could really rap. Um, Another duo, shout out to my barber because he actually had mentioned this. He had said he would have loved to seen like Redman and Ludacris possibly do something. I think that would have probably been a good duo too, because of the fact of like the gimmicks and everything. But again, just two examples of guys who are silly but can rap and can really get busy and freestyle and all of that. So Oh, you agree with the J. Cole and Kendrick Tulu? Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny. I was telling a couple people about that one, and they were like, "Nah, nah, I can't see that happening." But I could. You know, again, everybody, thinks that Cole is just, this cocky, egotistical rapper. Like, no, go back to when he first came out. I mean, he still does. He touches on a lot of subjects and topics just like Kendrick does. And he's very creative with it. You go back to the days of his mixtapes and stuff, like the warm up and everything. Even like, his older stuff. 2014, Forest Hills. He was talking about a lot of stuff on there, a lot of, you know, um, dope, eclectic topics, and was making bangers with it too. So I could definitely see those two coming together. And besides, they've collabed a bunch of times, and they were supposed to do the album. I hope they still find a way to do it and stuff, because it seems like they're still on good terms. I think it's more so, just the situation with Drake. But I feel like they need to make that happen, like especially now. It's this is what we need more. We need these type of collaborations to happen. I just wish everybody would put the egos and the drama and all that to the side and just get back to creating some good music. Words that Nas and AZ did the firm. They did, but what I'm talking about is them actually doing an album together, not within the firm and stuff. Even though that album was dope, absolutely loved it. But I would love to see them actually do it. And they did talk about it. I forgot the reason why they haven't done it yet, but they did mention doing it. Because originally they had a title for it. They were going to call it the Alpha and Omega. And I heard that announcement and I was going crazy. Like, oh man, like please make this happen. But they just never got around to doing it. And again, it's like they're one of the dopest non-group duos. Just the way they just play off of each other with the back and forth and just like, man, just dope. That's actually going to be the next question that we get into. So I kind of like how y'all answers and stuff, because it kind of formulates into the question, the follow-up questions for each topic. So that's very dope. It's almost like y'all picking my brain in a sense. So again, welcome in for everybody that's coming in. Topic of conversation is dynamic duos of rap and hip hop. If you guys need the first question, for those that just came in, let me know and I'll repost it. But we're right now we're on the second question. Are there any rap and hip hop duos that you would have loved to see collaborate on an album together? I wouldn't consider Mobb Deep part of the G Unit era. Oh, you would? Well, you got to remember they were with the label. Same thing with MOP. They were signed, but I get what you're saying though. Like even though they were part of the label, they didn't really feel a part of the collective. So I get what you mean by that though, Bronze. But they still were signed to the label and stuff. Because remember, Mobb Deep put out that album on G Unit. It was Blood Money. MOP was supposed to, I forgot exactly what happened, but I think they ended up getting out of the deal or whatnot. And they just went back to doing what they normally do. But yeah, Mobb Deep released the album under G Unit. I don't remember how well it did. I had it though. I actually liked it. But I know what you mean now. Yeah. So, War said Left Eye and Queen Latifah would have been dope. Okay. Okay. I could see that. You know what? Now that you mention that, because here's my thing. I met Queen Latifah. Shout out to her. Queen Latifah is dope. I'm not crazy about every single song that she's done. She is still dope nonetheless, though. But you know what? Who might make a more interesting duo, like to pair up with Left Eye? I could see maybe like MC Light and Left Eye, kind of, because they kind of almost well, I don't want to say similar style, but they could really get busy. So I could see them probably doing something. But I mean, hey, that would still be interesting though. Left Eye and Queen Latifah, rest in peace. Blaze said ODB and Snoop would have been a wild pair for an album. I don't know if you ever heard the Wu-Tang album, the W Blaze, but they actually have a song together. It's called Conditioner. It's actually pretty dope too. ODB just being ODB. But I thought it was going to be kind of silly because when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, snap, ODB and Snoop. And then I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, this actually is kind of dope. And they killed it, though. So, album, I don't know, though. But then again, Snoop is silly. He's not as silly as ODB, but I think like I could see them doing like a lot of like skits and stuff. More so maybe songs versus an album. But that would still be interesting though. You're right. Gina was more 50, Lloyd Banks, Game, and Yayo. Yeah. Yeah. Like and again, I didn't like them all together. Banks and Game were my favorites because to me, they were the lyricists. Everyone else, I didn't care for 50. Yeah, next. Buck, even though people were trying to convince me, oh, Buck's dope, Buck's dope. I'm like, I guess. Or say DMX and Jay, that song they did with Ja Rule was fire. I know which one you're talking about. It's Murdergram. Now, here's what, oh my God, y'all gotta get out of my head because here's the crazy thing. And I actually put them on my list only because, even though it's not necessarily a duo, it was one of those collaborative projects that I would have loved to see. I really wanted to see Jay-Z, Ja Rule, and DMX do that collaborative album. Even though they're not a duo, I still would have loved to have seen that. But of course, everybody has been trying to figure out, oh, what's the reason behind it? What happened? Why didn't it ever come to, fruition? It was mainly because of Jay-Z, because again, and I love Jay-Z, huge fan, but you could tell he's one of those type of people, like he doesn't want to compete with anybody. He wants to be number one. He wants to be on top, so anyone that he feels is on his level or better, he's going to try to do whatever to kind of diminish their life. So that's really the reason why that never happened, because even though they did a lot of collaborative songs together on all of their respective projects, I feel that's the real reason why that didn't happen. And like I just said, I really wish they would have just put the ego to the side. Well, I wish he would just put his ego to the side and just did it. Because you imagine how dope that album would have been. And they were all in their prime too. What? Man, come on. Crazy. Tulu said MH. What's MH? What's MH? Banks and Eminem? I get it. For like the punchlines, maybe. Yeah. Maybe Eminem in his prime. Don't get me wrong, Eminem is still dope. Maybe probably more so back then, like when M first came out and when Banks first came out. I could possibly see that. Or you know what though? Word, Banks and Cassidy. I could have seen that. I meant to put that on my list. That would have been a dope one. Like, seeing that they're both like renowned for their punchlines. What do you think about that one? Banks and Cassidy. Definitely Biggie and Pun. I'm kind of neutral on that one. Just because of that's a good one, War. I would have loved to have seen them collaborate. I don't know about an album though. I mean, just because, like Pun was definitely hip hop, but like those songs like 100%, the Latino vibe that he added to, a lot of those songs and whatnot. I don't know if that would have really been like Biggie's cup of tea. That's the only reason why I'm kind of neutral. For the lyrics, oh yeah, without a doubt. But as far as like the songs, I don't know. But again, there's a lot of collaborations that we've seen that we wouldn't expect it to, come to fruition, and it did, and it actually ended up being a lot better than we expected. So, yeah, I mean, anything's possible, again. I just don't know, but maybe for like a certain song, a song or two, probably. I don't know about a whole album for like Biggie and Pun, though. Rest in peace to both of them. But it would still be interesting to see if they would be able to pull that off, if it ever were to happen. Q-Tip and LL. You know what, Word? I think they're working on something, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe they were talking and they got something in the works. I don't know if it's going to be like a mixtape or EP, but I did hear somewhere in on like the hip hop sites that LL and Q-Tip are supposed to be doing something. That is gonna be dope though. That's gonna be dope because they're dope. You know. See, Bron said, nah, 50 and Ja wouldn't be a good mix. Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, because like I said, Ja's a lyricist, 50's not. You know, I mean, I get it for even like when you listen to their mainstream stuff. I can't really see 50 on the type of stuff Ja does and vice versa. Like even though I can't stand this song, like okay, like imagine. Imagine 50 Cent featuring Ja Rule and they did Candy Shop. That wouldn't have sounded right. I can't hear Ja on Candy Shop. Just like I can't hear 50 on Put It On Me. You know what I'm saying? So nah. To me, not a good mix. All right. Bron said crazy how folks don't know Dads was the writer for Gin and Juice album and the Dog Pound. Yeah, Dog Pound was I didn't know that either. That's crazy. Yeah, Redman and Luda. Yeah, I could see that. That would have been fire. Which one, Tulu? Ice Cube on a Dre beat in the 2000s. Didn't they do some stuff? Because I do remember them doing some stuff. I don't know if they did like any like collaborative projects, but I do think they did a couple songs. You might refresh my memory. I don't know if they did for sure. Yeah, Redman, Luda, and then add Busta, says Tulu. Yeah. And they've actually all collaborated too. Well, I don't think Redman and Luda have collaborated, but I know Busta's collaborated with Redman and he's collaborated with Luda. I could see that pendulum could swing either way. So yeah. You know what else my barber had mentioned too, and this would have been a crazy collaboration, like for an album. He said either Busta Rhymes. No. He said Busta Rhymes and Mystical, and then he said Twista and Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now that would have been crazy. Oh man. Or even Busta Rhymes and Twista. Or I mean, hell, you can kind of mix and match any of those, but those four, yeah. I mean to put up 8 fingers, sorry. But yeah, those four, mix and match that either way, Busta and Crazy Bone, or Twista and Mystical, or Mystical and Twista. Yeah, any of those would have been crazy. Word said K Dot and Cole on the album, it just didn't come out, but a track got leaked recently. It did. I gotta go and hear that. Eminem and Benzino, Jared. No. Benzino is terrible. Even back when he had his group, the Hangman and all that, he was better with the production, not lyrically. Oh, hell no. I would not want to listen to Eminem and Benzino on a track. Not even a full-length album. Busta and Missy would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. I want to see NWA get back together. Yeah. You and me both. MC Light or Yo-Yo? Yo-Yo didn't get a lot of credit back then, and she was dope too. I could see that. I could see that one. Kendrick and Pac album? Ooh. Why did I not put that on the list? That's a good one, Pinky. Pac and Kendrick? I could see that. I could definitely see that. Sonny said, I want to see Redman, Busta, Eminem, and Mystical on the album together. Kind of like a Fatal 4. That would be crazy too, especially with all the speed rapping. War said, I like Young Buck. It's that Southern in me. Hey, look, I got the Southern roots too, but I just was not a fan of Young Buck. Twista and any Bone Thugs and Harmony member try to keep up with that. Right. You have to like slow it all the way down. Jared said, crazy fact. Since T.I. said he retired from music, I would love to see T.I. and Luda after the Beef Squash. They actually did a song together on Luda's album. It was Theater of the Mind. It's called Wish You Would. If you get a chance, go and listen to that. Very dope song. But yeah, and they also did another song on T.I.'s Paper Trail album. It was with B.O.B. It's called Sitting on Top of the World. Both dope songs. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen them like do a full-length album. I think I put them on my list too, if I'm not mistaken. So again, welcome in, everybody that's coming in. Again, the topic of conversation is dynamic duos of rap and hip hop. If you guys need the first question, let me know. I'll pull it back up. Mystical and Twister, yeah. Any of those fast speed rapping artists that we loved, absolutely. Bella said Benzino, hell no. Exactly. I don't want to hear Benzino collaborate with any of my favorite people. No. He can produce for them, but no, don't rap for them. No, don't even collaborate with them. MC Light with Smoker. Oh, you mean Yo-Yo? Yeah, Light's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. Or, you know what? For another female duo that I would love to see, especially seeing that MC Light is still rapping and she recently just put an album out. I would love to see MC Light and Rhapsody do something. I think that would be dope. They would be dope. I'd love to see that if that ever can happen. So, all right. So for everyone coming in, here's the first question. I'll just double back for you guys. What are your thoughts on some of the current rap and hip hop duos that have formed in today's generation of music? That's the first question right there. And right now we're on this second question. Are there any rap and hip hop duos that you would have loved to see collaborate on an album together? So that's where we're at, just to bring everybody up to speed for everybody that's coming in. All right. So let me see. I'm just keeping up. Again, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How you feeling? How you living? Silk the Chakra, the designer. Word, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Just say that. Are you serious? I know you're joking right now because you know you're silly like that. Don't play like that. Stop. You know good and damn well don't nobody want to hear no damn Silk the Chakra and designer. Stop. And we just talked about mumble rap, underwater rap. We just talked about that. No, even though Silk the Chakra is not a mumble rapper, but designer, no, absolutely not. I know he playing around. Stop. How about Silk the Chakra, Blueface? Best offbeat album ever. All right, see, now y'all gotta cut it out now. Let's be serious. Cut it out. Hell no. Look how wide my eyes got. No, absolutely not. Oh my God. Or no, you didn't say Silk and Blueface. And then we're gonna say Silk the Chakra and designer. Absolutely not. Oh my God. Kahana said NF and Eminem. NF is dope. He does not get enough credit. Yeah, that would have been dope. Come on up. Like I said, the link is right there. If y'all want to come up, come on up. Like I said, it's open panel. Come on, Pinky. Seriously? He said, I'm going to need an MC Hammer and Wacky D. Really, though? Wacky D from CB4? Come on, man. Oh my God. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, being listening to this. Somebody said Blueface and all those other rappers. I'm like, y'all gotta stop it. I'm like, don't have to come up here. And about what Eminem and Brazino, I was joking about that because I know gun well Brazino ain't gonna last long 5 minutes for Eminem.
Yeah.
I know you want to laugh at me, but yeah, I'm with most of the people in the chat and everything, and it's it's a good collaboration. But I know one. Now, if you're talking about men collaborations and everything, I give you let's get on the women's side now. How about I know there's a lot of women groups they want to try to get in, they try to get to it like SUB and well SD SWV and Escape to try to get together, try to make a collaboration.
I mean, that's more so R&B though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, this is more so like rap and hip hop. But I mean, yeah, R&B duos too.
Yeah,
Um, hmm, I mean, that's the thing. Like R&B, they knew how to kind of put their egos to the side and do their
mm-hmm.
and make really dope collaborations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was like single artists or even just like small groups. So they kind of knew how to bridge the gap and make that creativity. I mean, you don't see too much of that now. I mean,
That's
really,
what I mean. Yeah, that's like everybody like they said that someone said he was the king of king of pop, which is you're not Michael Jackson. That's
oh,
one.
you
Yeah,
talking about yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he knows that he's not Michael Jackson. He can never be that. So yeah, that's not even up for debate. But I mean, since you're bringing up the topic of like R&B duos, um, I mean there's a few like right now that I wouldn't mind seeing. Um, I think everybody would probably love to see like Usher and Chris Brown actually do like a full length album.
uh,
That'd be pretty good.
uh,
Because I mean, there's not really too many really good R&B veterans and
that's true.
newcomers out right now. Like everybody that came up during our time is they just kind of came and went. I mean, they're still around, but you just don't hear them.
You don't see them around making music like they used to make, that they used to. I agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean they slowed down. Some of hip hop and R&B dead. I mean they're not dead. Just that they're not making stories that they used to back in the day. What you know, like you said, we used to be making stories and just sit back and enjoy the music and like hey, like we on a date and stuff and like we don't do that. You don't do that no more. I agree with the people that's in the chat and stuff. But yeah,
yeah, it lost its creative touch. I don't. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not dead, but it's definitely not as creative as it used to be. So I definitely agree with you on that one. Word
again,
said he said Vanilla Ice and Puff Daddy. Stop, man.
no,
Stop. Come on.
no, no. First of all, look, first of all, Anthony Hammer. He's a good. I mean, he's a good Christian dancer. He loves nights made out and all that stuff, and talking about crews and stuff. But Vanilla Ice, come on now, really.
Yeah, they try to make
Listen to nigga rap all day long you want to, and Ice Baby all day you want to, but collaborating together,
no,
no, no,
not Diddy and Vanilla Ice and stuff. And I
man,
don't
no.
Vanilla Ice, but
D not end up trouble as it is. He got his house radio. He got his that one. They be talking about this guy all day long, and the one person he had not talked to is his bodyguard. Where he at?
right,
Yeah, where he
exactly, exactly. So hold on. Kahana said, "Y'all know Easy Mill. Look him up. I've never heard of him.
Who?
Uh, Easy Mill.
No,
Yeah, I've never heard of him,
no.
but I'll definitely look him up though. All right. So did you in regards to the first question and the second question, Jared?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you might have already said it, but
Yeah,
just
it is.
kind of touch base again with the first question. Like, what's your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts on like some of the duos right now in today's generation?
Look, I want to tell you about this. The first question.
Hmm.
I don't like listening to the current music because of the fact it's fine. I can listen to the beat. If I
Okay.
hear a good beat, if I hear a good beat, yeah, I can rock with you. But you just throw some music out and then like you said, mama rap.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. I can't do that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Look. I want you. I want someone make a good beat, make good rap, make good message to the people. I don't add you to my list. But you can't just throw me up and expect you can listen what 2 lines, 1 line, or something, and you done.
Yeah.
3 minutes, a 3 minute song. Come on, you got to be better than that. That's my see. I'm a sound person. I can hear a good beat from anybody. I don't matter who it is, young or old. I don't care. If you have a good beat, you gotta push me because I can find a good beat. If you're good, if you have a good beat, yeah. But otherwise, you don't. You got the you've been what you've been fired. Let's put it that way. You've been fired. You gotta go back in the drawing board and just try to figure out what you want to do next time. Cause you can't just throw something out there and just let somebody listen to it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Absolutely.
put your whole heart in this thing. It's called a grind, like on YouTube. You gotta put your, you gotta bring it. You gotta bring it.
Absolutely.
That's why that's why the current generation need to work on their character. I mean, their creative stuff. So that's why
Yeah.
I don't listen to current music at period. Until you gotta press me first.
I totally
You gotta
agree.
press me first.
Totally
So
agree.
that's what I tell you about the current generation. Me from the 80s and 90s, now, I can do it all day long. But from 2009, let's say from 2010 now, mm-mm, no, can't do it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So now, in regards to the second question, um, are there any hip hop or rap duos that you would have loved to see collaborate on the album together? Like
you mean
both,
from back then or now?
just in general.
Okay, from back then, I mentioned. I know you said about the I wanted to see the reason I wanted the 50 and Ja Rule together because I don't want them. Like I said, you don't want them on their own album. I want them on their personal album, their own personal album. Their own. Let's say like 50 Cent, 50 Rain by Ja Rule, or vice versa. Not on the hot album like the the candy shop or the club, all that stuff. No, I want their own personal thing with their own beat and stuff. They didn't add some more people on their their um on their pictures, not just on their what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
that going.
Yeah. It like okay for me, if like say 50 and Ja were to do like a collaborative thing,
Yeah,
it would have to be like the right beat,
yeah,
the
yeah.
right like the song would have to feel right from start to finish. Like
Exactly.
it would have to be able to match both their
Yeah,
styles for them to be able to come together and do it. Like
that's
if
what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't match, it won't work. You
Yeah,
know, because again, like even though I do feel like 50 did take a lot from Ja, and I guess people are trying to say like he more so kind of perfected it in a way. I don't necessarily agree to that,
mm,
but you know, it's very different styles. Ja is very
yeah.
high energy, raspy. 50's more kind of like
Just
chill,
calm and just collective and just want to get to
mellow.
the yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
get you. Yeah,
Even though Ja, he can be very calm and chill.
yeah,
Like some people, like a lot of other rappers. But coming out the gate, it's more that's what you know him for.
yeah.
More
With it,
high energy, fast pace. So it would just have to be if they were to do something, it had to be something more like on the same like accord to where it evens out perfectly and it benefits both of them. Because if it's just any old thing, I don't necessarily think it would work. But yeah, I mean, It's probably it's still a possibility if they can ever,
I mean, I know they're older. I mean, they're older now, and they 50, 50, going around just talking smack to everybody. He didn't need to come down to it. Now,
yeah.
for I know about hip hop. Let's see. I know uh, that's I mean that's more. That's a lot more. When's the last time LL Cool J and Catalyst made an album together?
Oh
When's the
man.
last time
Um,
after
they,
the yeah? When's the last time those two made a beat an album?
they
They,
never did they never did collaborate after the
the beef.
421 track and after, the whole
Mm,
battle and the beef and whatnot.
mm,
Yeah, they never did anything after that. They still have respect for one another, but yeah, they never did like any other collaborations. But that would have been interesting to see them, put something together. Do more collaborations or even like a full length project possibly.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they were both really dope back then.
They were
But
killing
again,
each other. Especially with the I see you see with the video when he had LL Cool J kind of miss met the man all them. I would love to see those group together. I mean that group together again.
oh yeah, yeah, that definitely. But again, it just kind of stems back to what I was saying earlier. It's like the egos, because everybody is so competitive and, trying to be number one, with any and everything that they're doing, that it's almost like they're ignoring, what would happen if we did do this collaboration? Like, let's think about how much bigger it would make us, how much, bigger it would pull us together and, kind of unify the culture. But, a lot of these guys, they don't necessarily think like that. Back then, it was different because everybody had their own lane respectfully.
yeah,
Nobody,
yeah.
merging into anybody else's lane or trying to get in the way or step on anybody's toes. Everybody just knew how to come together, do stuff, still be competitive, but
Mm,
also be creative and collaborative. Like now, you see it here and there, but you don't see it as much now than you did
yeah,
back then.
because it's
So,
all died. It did die now a little bit. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and again, it just a lot of it does have to do with the egos. That I think that, like what you said with Cannabis and LL, that could have been a really dope collaboration. It probably could have led to a
Cause I
project.
was, cause I remember when we were watching I was watching the what was the DVD of the the B collaboration.
Hmm.
I saw what it did a beef. It said I know it was the game 50. I mean game 50. That they were going that was not going to happen. Cause the game can last 5 minutes for him. Let's see. Lucas and Ti, I know they say they fought the beef in public. They fought in secretly. I would love to see that together. Ti and Nelly. Uh, I don't. I mean, I'm just throwing names out. Ti and Nelly. I know they've done that. Jamie Foxx and LL. I know they fought that after that. Give me Sunday movie.
They did. They collabed, even though they had like their issues after the movie. They did do some collaborations.
Um, who else? This one. Um, Little Kim, what was it? Little Kim and who she had beef with back then? Who she had beef with back then?
Foxy.
That one.
I
That
did
one.
mention that I would have loved to see those two collaborate and do an album together because I mean they were both really dope dudes.
Trina. Add Trina to that list.
Trina collaborating with who?
Those two. I mean, everything can last that long. I mean, I'm just saying, if Foxy can collab with Kim or Trina, or Kim can collab with Trina, or Foxy with Trina, or whatever, vice versa. Hey, I'm just saying, just throw some, names out. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
yeah. So, and For the guys, I don't know. I think I covered all of them except oh oh I mentioned I did mention um Cash Money and No Limit. The reason I mentioned those two is because when Master P said that he somebody actually killed his cousin, one of his cousins, and he said that 50 I mean 56 yeah Master P said that he don't want to trust nobody from Cash Money to collab with. I expect his decision that he not gonna collab with nobody from Cash Money because I would love to see Master P and Birdman together. I would love to see Silk and Lil Wayne together. I would love to see Let's Go with BG. I would love to see Juvenile with the first uh the first lady
Yeah.
Nix, yeah. You know that that collab one. So that's why I did mention that's why I mentioned the No Limit and Cash Money, and I would love to see that. That would be a lot of that group right there would be a lot of awards. And then Bone with Bone and Twister. I mean, look, no, it was Bone and 36 Mafia. You know that wouldn't be nice. That would be nice. You know
Yeah, I
that would
was gonna
that
say
would be nice. But after the verses, where we started that ball at verses on Instagram Live, and they didn't they didn't come together with after that nonsense. I'm like, no wonder they didn't want to do a collab after that versus stuff. I'm like, see, that's what I
yeah,
want to see. None of this fighting stuff. If you want to come together, come together. Now with Gucci Mane and Gigi, oh, well, hit me up with those two, please. Hey, yeah, come on.
I'm not a fan of either one of them,
I
but
know.
but to see them put their differences to the side and go ahead and do it, even though I think there was at one point where it almost did get kind of heated, but to still see them do that is dope. Again, I just feel like a lot of these artists, when they don't do these collaborations with some of these other big artists, I feel like they're not only blocking their blessings, but they're kind of ruining it for us, the fan base who want to see these collaborations, who want to see these artists come together and put some really dope music together. So they got to.
You can put T.I. and Flip back together and after that nonsense at the award show too. You can put T.I. and Flip, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they never know what could become if they would just do this and stop making a big deal about whatever the
Come on, Flip, where you at? You can't Flip them leprechaun suit. I'm like, oh, that is funny. You want to call him?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. You can call him a leprechaun. I'm like, oh, ouch. That hurts.
Yeah. I think they might have squashed it. I'm not exactly sure, but I haven't seen Flip in a while.
I think they did. I don't know. I don't think they announced it publicly, but I think they did. I don't know where. But so yeah. But
Definitely. But so yeah, again for everybody coming in, the topic of conversation: dynamic duos of rap and hip hop. If you guys need the first and second question for those coming in, I'll go ahead and repost them. But we're getting ready to wrap it up soon. But we're on the third and final question. Now, this is what I love to do with this segment. This is what I call the Mount Rushmore honorable mention. So basically, what it is a list that you guys create that has 4 solidified picks, and then your honorable mention serves as your 5th pick. So basically, it's like a top 5 in a sense, but you have to have 4 solidified ones. Now, I have several lists here that I've mentioned. Altogether, there's about 6, but I want you guys to give me your picks from each one of these lists. If you don't want to do all of them, you don't necessarily have to. I went ahead and took the liberty of doing them. Jerry, you can go ahead and do so if you have them in mind. But I'm gonna read them off. So everybody, give me your Mount Rushmore, your honorable mention for rap duos, both group and non-group, rapper and producer duos, albums from both rap duos and rap producer duos, and then songs from any duos that you could think of. You want to go first, Jared, or you need some
You got
time?
it. I'm coming after you.
All right, so I'll go ahead and run down my list because it was tough, but I had to really kind of think about it a little bit. But I think I was able to narrow it down to some solid picks. So I'm gonna go ahead and give mine. So for the first one, which is two part. So for duos, rap duos, groups, I put Outkast, MOP, Mobb Deep, Black Star, which is Talib Kweli and Mos Def, and my honorable mention was Little Brother. For Little Brother,
Oh,
yeah, that's the rap group from North Carolina. It's Fonte, Big Pooh. They were a trio because they had the producer Knife Wonder, but he left the group, so now it's just the duo of both the rappers. So I put them in there.
that group sounds familiar. I haven't heard of that group.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're really dope. If you get a chance, check them out. Dope, underground, hip hop. I think you would definitely like them.
Okay.
So for non groups, I put Redman and Method Man, Nas and AZ, Jadakiss and Styles, Raekwon and Ghostface. Even though those four are part of the respective groups, the Locks and everything, they're not actual they form duos, but they never had like a group name outside of the original group. So I put them in there. And then for my honorable mention, I put Sky Zoo and Torre. Very, very dope, underrated rappers, underground rappers from Brooklyn. Shout out to both of them. So for my rapper and producer duos, I put Gangstar, Missy and Timberland, Snoop and Dr. Dre, Jay-Z and Just Blaze, and an honorable mention I put Drake and his in-house producer. His name is Noah Shabib, but he goes by 40. Very dope. For the rappers albums by rappers rap duos, I put Method Man and Redman, Blackout, MOP, Warriors, Sky Zoo and Torre, Barrel Brothers, Mobb Deep, Murder Music, and honorable mention Outkast, Speaker Box, Love Below. And then for the rap producer albums, I put Sky Zoo and Knife Wonder, Cloud 9, 3 Day High, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, Bandana, Prodigy and Alchemist, Return of the Mac, Talib Kweli and High Tech, Reflection Eternal, Train of Thought, honorable mention Murs and Knife Wonder, Murray's Revenge. And then for songs from duos, which was very tough, but I just thought of a couple that popped in my head. Fabulous and Jadakiss, Theme Music, and DMX, Pull It, Nas and AZ, The Essence, Jadakiss and Styles P, Dope Money, and honorable mention Busta Rhymes and Rod Digger, Better Stay Up in Your House. So there's this.
Okay. My rap duo. My rap duo. Um, Method Man, Redman.
Okay.
But rapper and producer Jay-Z and Timberland.
Okay, yeah. They
Song from in duo. That's a lot.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It took me a while. While you're still thinking, I'm gonna read off some of the comments. So Gary said, "Oh, Eric B and Rakim, you know what? It was very close.
Let's say that 'cause my brother loved them, loved them.
Very close. They're a notable mention. But Yeah, it was very close, Gary. Very, very close.
Very close.
Um, Pac and Scarface Smile. Oh yeah, that's song.
Love, I
That was
love
a
that
good
song.
song.
I
Oh
love
man,
that song.
that's a good one, Clarissa.
That was a great song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that song.
Smile the Sound Star. That one the duo Smile South Star. Salt Pepper in the women group, men group is the that's a song rap duo. That's I said Jaden and Timlin. Um, Timlin Magoo rap duo.
Okay,
Y'all didn't mention that. Um,
a lot, of,
The Mount Rushmore.
a lot of people didn't like Magoo. I like Magoo.
Yeah, we were mention that. And,
Yeah, that's
the Mount Rushmore of the top four. Now everybody gonna be complaining about if I put this four together. If I put this four together, I know that them comments gonna be blown up in 5 minutes. Watch this. I have Biggie, Tupac. The reason why I had they legends right there. They're their own Rockmore right there. Yeah, look who they DMX.
as a duo. Oh,
No,
okay.
for rapper, the rapper like rapping by themselves.
Oh,
If I put a for a rapper and producer duo, it'll be Jay and Timlin, or Timlin and
yeah.
whoever he produced with. Cause he produced everybody, so that's Timlin and everybody. You put that one.
Okay.
For uh, honorable mention, I don't know. That's a
Honorable
you know,
mention is optional, by the way, too. It's not like a requirement. I just put it in there just to give everybody the format of a top five. But if you don't have an honorable mention for any of those, then it's perfectly fine.
you any song for any duo. What that? What I'm trying to think that
I know it's challenging for a lot of people. That's what I like to do on this. I like to challenge the mind. I like to make people really.
Mild Deep. The reason why I like Mild Deep, Quiet Storm.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, I like that. I had to go back to that song. I'm like, find what is that name of that song? Quiet Storm. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
That,
right. That's off of Murder Music.
yeah. That's the rapper and albums. Um, group non groups. Um,
Yeah. So non-groups are basically like duos that um, never formed a group, but you hear them like all the time. Like how I mentioned, like Jadakiss and Styles, or well, they're part of the Locks, but still, or like like Fabulous and Jadakiss. You know, they were never like a duo, but
I,
or never
I,
like a group. But they you've heard them collaborate a couple times.
you know what? Are they? Let me put it this way: are they like solo artists before they became the actual group? That we
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, basically like solo artists that were that you hear that basically are kind of like they have rapping partners like Nas and Az. Um, they were never like they never formed a group amongst just themselves. They formed a group like with the firm, but as far as them being like a duo, they didn't have like a group name or anything. They just were frequent collaborators on a lot of songs. So that's what I mean.
Then in that case, I'm putting no addition in because Bob Brown was the solo man. He did everything for himself, and when they put Johnny Gill, all them all them together, I'm crazy about it. But when Bobby Brown and Johnny Gill joined the New Edition group, it was pretty good. Also, LSG, God bless Gerald, God bless Gerald, LG, Levert, Sweat, Johnny Gill. That that they was solo for a while and before they formed the LSG group. Um, wow, that's a DMX got his own group. He part of the he got his own team and everything. Um, Song Pepper. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of non-groups. Yes,
It's okay.
tons of them. Yeah, I agree with you. It can be. It can be. I mean, when you told me about that in IG, I'm like, ooh, that can be a good video, but it can be hard to try to put that for 15 minutes. Put that down.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm like, but
it's
yeah,
okay if you can't think of it.
like you mentioned about I mentioned about Johnny Gill. He was solo before he joined New Edition by Brown. Solo before he joined New Edition. Um,
Well,
DMX.
that's more, that's more R&B. We're more so talking about rap and hip hop.
Rap. Rap. That's a
Well,
lot.
hold that thought. Let me read.
That one group. I mean that one that stick out with me is who was it? Who was solo when he went to I think you got it right. It's uh what's his name? Style P and who's the other one?
Are you Davies?
I,
Yeah, I know they did a collaborative thing together. Is that you talking about? Or
that's a very good. I mean, that's a very good question. That is a very good question for the group and non-group. Want to get. You know what? I want to dig about that because I'm going to go back. I'm going to go for that one because that really get me. That really got me going. But yeah, um, yeah. So number two, Timon and Jay Z. Number four is Mon Deep, Quiet Storm, Rap, um, the Mount Rushmore, um, Biggie, Pop, LL Cool J, and one.
yeah,
I'm not surprised y'all. Y'all never mentioned this. It's Camille there. Y'all never mention him nowhere. So Camille there from Houston or Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Um, or
they
Thug. I like him. So I love put them to get
they
well
did collaborative stuff together as a duo.
still tipping together.
Oh, they did. Oh, because I mean
Yeah,
I've heard them like with other people,
yeah.
like features, but
Actually, Mike Jones featured Tim Thug and Paul Wall on that song, and Paul and it was actually Mike Jones' idea to put them together from
oh,
his yeah. So it was Mike Jones' song. It was actually Mike Jones' song. They
okay,
thought it was they thought they thought Paul Wall had that song, but I mean no, they thought Tim Thug had the song, but it's really from Mike Jones. So
oh,
they had it that conflict going, and they finally got it right. That Mike Jones made that song and featured those two together.
oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was asking about Mike Jones and Chameleonaire. I thought they did like I thought they formed like a duo or whatnot.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they did. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Let me just read these comments. So Clarissa said Magoo sounded too much like Q-Tip. That's why he was disliked. Um, I mean, okay, I can kind of see, the comparison to Q-Tip a little bit, but I don't think it was because of that. I mean, I think people just thought that he just couldn't rap, but he can rap. I mean, every song that I heard him on, like every collaborative piece that him and Timberland did. Like he did his thing. I like
He did his thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, his voice probably threw people off, but he can rap though. He was dope with it. Definitely on all those bangers that they did back in the day. UGK is a great duo with Pimp C being as a producer. Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know what? I agree with you about you're not a fan with him. I'm not a fan with him either. The reason why, because he the only song I like from UGK is the international anthem. That's the only one I like. But the other songs they made, like um, I I completely agree with you on that one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I'm not a big UGK fan, but they've had some stuff that I did like. Like there was a
Yeah,
song they had called "Get Through" featuring Jay-Z. Like I love that song.
I like that song better.
Of course, International Players Anthem. That's probably my favorite song from them. But I wasn't like the biggest fan. They were like hit and
Yeah.
miss. But again, I give credit where credit's due. They have certain songs I like. I'll rock to it. All right. So Clarissa said, "Oh yeah, that's right. Exhibit and Razzcast. They were a duo at one point. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot about them.
It worked.
Eminem and Royce. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 All right. So if nobody else has anything, I mean that's pretty much it for me. We'll go ahead and wrap this up.
All right.
Appreciate you coming up. Is there anything you want to promote, advertise, plug?
Well, actually, I do have. I'll be back on the 27th on the main channel, but I do have a few interviews later on, starting tomorrow on Jet Talk interviews, and then when I come back on my main channel, I'll be back on my regular grind. So Jet Talk the main channel, and I just talk about my daily life and everything, and it's from 10:15 to 6 o'clock daily, and then if you like to be interviewed, let me know. And if you have Instagram, let me know. I'll put you on the schedule. And then if it's like in the morning, that's fine. 10:15, you got to be at backstage at 10 o'clock. If you want to do it at night, if you want to do a night interview, that'd be 6 o'clock. You got to be there at 5:45 on the dot. That means don't show up at 5:50 or I want to make this, I want to make this live great. I'm trying to do my best. 'Cause I know you want to try to get me, try to get that award for best interviewer. I'm working hard. I'm going hard. I'm going to go hard for that. I'm going to work hard for that. But thanks for that shout out for that one. So I'm definitely gonna do my best to get that award from next year. I'm guarantee that. So go ahead, subscribe to my go on my channel, Jed Talks, on the Bit channel, and you help me get to 2K. I would love to do that, and then the interview channel and get to 200. That's fine. And you can watch my interview. You can watch my interviews or my day lives, no matter what it is, because it, it's a good. So I'm not I'm like a big time YouTube like everybody, like most people, but I like to take my time posting my videos and go live every day. So check me out on my channel. Check me out. You like
Absolutely.
it? Cool. I understand. I'm there's no hint. I don't have a no love hate relationship or anything. But hey, you like it? Cool. You don't? Hey, I expect that. Just come out and show me some love. But that's it.
All right. All right. Yeah. Make sure you guys check them out. You can definitely drop your links in the live chat when I drop you down, Jared. But yeah, definitely appreciate you coming up. Big
Um,
shout out to you. Yeah, definitely drop those links. Get connected with them if you guys are looking to do any interviews with Jared. Connects with people all around YouTube, locally, internationally. So if you want to make a name for yourself, if you want to definitely, you know, be interviewed, start, getting some of that YouTube buzz, definitely hit the man up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you down, Jared.
yes,
Again,
sir.
thank you for coming up. Appreciate it.
No
All right, so ladies and gents, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking out with me. This has been one hell of an episode. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this debate. So make sure that you guys tune in for the next debate, which will pretty much be the last debate for the debate table. And then, we're going to kick things off with the second tag team tournament. And then that's pretty much going to be it for the debate table, because I have other things that I'm going to be working on down the road. Got other things in the works that I want to continue to push and advertise. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Episode 30 will air Sunday, January 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic of conversation for that one is going to be one-hit wonders of acting. So think of all the one-hit wonder actors and actresses that you guys know from movies, television, you name it. That's going to be the finale. It's definitely going to be a really interesting one. I want to shout out my lady, Vita, a.k.a. Life's Magical Journey, for giving me the idea for that one. So big shout out to her. It's definitely going to be a good topic. So again, episode 30, Sunday, January 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you guys. So click that link, share it out, spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's going down. Again, thank you all for the continuous love and support. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that notification bell. Anytime I go live, come through, kick your feet up, relax. My home is your home. You already know what it is. And remember the 4 beautiful things that make this world go round: peace, love, positivity, and prosperity always. So until next time, ladies and gents, I'm your host, Big Daddy Beard. This has been another episode of Debate Table. Much love, peace, and I'm gone.